scared. I'm just like, what the I'm a mess. I got my sprained ankle.
That's the whole point of this fight. It creates conversation, barbershop conversations, taxi conversations, airplane conversations, and that's what we want. The more people talking about the fight.
The venue shifted from thunderous applause to shocked quiet and back within seconds of rapid exchanges. Anthony Joshua facing Jake Paul was marketed as a meeting of generations. An accomplished heavyweight attempting to find his center again, and an internet-born competitor whose dedicated years converting attention into boxing legitimacy. When the final round concluded, online platforms exploded. Video clips, passionate opinions, and analysts dissecting the bout frame by frame. In the time afterward, both competitors finally addressed the public. Unfiltered, deliberate, and unyielding. The evening exceeded a single name on a result card.
I think at the end of the day, I'm a kid with a big heart that wants to change the world, disruptor, and I never took no for an answer, and I'm just chasing my dreams, having fun, and living the American dream, really. It's a testament to hard work, and every single day dedicating yourself to a craft, pushing through when you don't want to be there, and it all pays off in the long run, and believing in yourself, setting goals that people think are impossible. That's really what my story is all about, and that I hope.
There's a distinct quiet that arrives after major boxing events. Not the lack of noise, but the loaded pause before structure emerges from disorder. Coaches monitored conditions, physicians completed their examinations, and both teams withdrew behind private spaces. When the official statements appeared, they were intimate and honest. Acknowledgements of exhaustion, reluctant compliments, and the type of controlled anger only a competitor can truly display. Joshua's opening message appeared like someone listing what the evening had extracted and provided. The overlooked opportunities, the rounds that escaped, the instances that would be studied for decades. Paul's first response, balancing swagger and profound sincerity, embraced the bout's emotional climate, the isolation, the noise, the complexity of criticism that accompanies every disputed exchange. Both stressed the identical point: honor for the occasion, gratitude for the audience, and the desire to allow the bout to exist in reflection before being condensed to a single sentence on a verdict document.
Skills. He has a very side-on stance, tries to practice the Philly shell, and I think Jake has a chance that is slim to none.
I appreciate it.
All good?
Thanks, boss.
Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Yeah. Heavyweight of the world!
Yeah, can you get my back? For the first week of sparring, I had to get comfortable in there and let things slow down and feel the power out and get the confidence to slip, catch, move.
In the preparation for the confrontation, forecasts were abundant and dramatically divided. Bookmakers and numerous experts positioned Anthony Joshua as the preferred choice, naming him as the anticipated victor in most wagering platforms. That perspective was supported across credible sources and gambling venues. On the technical front, CBS Sports and their combat specialist Josh Nagel favored Joshua, with Nagel's primary suggestion including Joshua to prevail by technical knockout or knockout, a demonstration of Joshua's record against elite competition and his closing capability. Yahoo Sports analysts similarly identified Joshua as the competitor most probable to conclude the bout within the initial rounds, noting how the official and the moment itself might lean circumstances toward the more seasoned heavyweight. However, the agreement was not complete. Boxing's more vocal figures and certain prominent competitors provided opposing interpretations. Tyson Fury, never reluctant to risk both statements and money on his opinion, openly forecasted Paul could deliver the type of strike that alters everything, even stating he'd wager substantially on Paul hypothetically. That display of trust from Fury advanced the story that the unforeseen was still quite achievable. Dana White, in his characteristic direct manner, offered a frank evaluation that combined doubt about crossover stories with a hesitant acknowledgement for Paul's courage in accepting heavyweight challenge, a note that the sports authorities were observing, evaluating, and occasionally astonished. And then there were the competitors directly. Jake Paul, who invested recent years informing everyone listening that he's present to revise the regulations, openly forecasted a triumph and maintained Anthony Joshua cannot defeat him by knockout, declaring confidence on programs like Pat McAfee's and in the preliminary media campaign. The pressure in those pre-bout forecasts was beneficial for the bout directly. When the challenger has legitimate supporters and the preferred choice has technical experts on his corner, the evening receives a dramatic boost that renders every round seem like a saga. Following the bout, the commentator group executed what commentators execute. They withdrew positions, reinforced where they managed, and commended instances that shocked them. Some previous champions and active professionals confessed they'd misinterpreted the rhythm. Others utilized the bout as an instructional example.
Well, it's very tough to say something about Joshua or Jake. I'm waiting for this fight because I'm so excited. But, Jake have a lot of chance to win, and a lot of people think he not, but I believe in Jake. Joshua is the best fighter and have a lot of experience in boxing. He's a heavyweight guy, but Jake improved a lot, and the people need respect both, because it's not everybody have sorry my language, but have a balls for common sight.
From the opening round, the atmosphere was instant and energetic. There were combinations that indicated Paul's unusual forceful positions could penetrate. There were rounds that appeared like traditional heavyweight competition, reach advantage, jab preparation, substantial power strikes. Instances that appeared standard on freeze were massive live, a brief uppercut that caused the audience to gasp, a foot error that altered momentum in a complete round. In the conclusion, both competitors discussed respectfully of those critical instances. Joshua's group emphasized productive jabs and strength sequences. Paul's squad indicated scrappy close-range combat and a ring assurance that contradicted his unconventional route into the premium levels of focus. Both groups concentrated on what the bout genuinely demanded from both competitors: fresh acknowledgement, fresh uncertainty, and a collection of alternative scenarios. If the ring was where the bout occurred, online platforms was where it existed permanently. A single sequence, a clear impact, or a close collapse became the evening's common language. Footage of that sequence got repeated by millions. Commentators, public figures, and everyday supporters debated the execution. Replay after replay. Digital humor transformed a quick expression into endless passionate discussions. Both competitors accepted that space. Brief honest footage published from the changing area or traveling to the medical zone caused supporters to experience involvement in the internal performance. The result was to personalize and profit in a single action. Closeness markets and revealing post-bout material persuaded watchers that they were observing something genuine instead of a media-controlled story. Coaches from both groups discussed like experts. Joshua's team indicated overlooked distance control and the requirement to sustain elevated defense against irregular positions. Paul's squad commended fitness and determination, but recognized strategic weaknesses.
See those big discrepancy in skill. Sometimes the better fighter carries the other fighter, or maybe goes a little easier. Is there any part of you that maybe thinks that way, or are you going in there 100%?
Zero part of me. And it's not even that it's Jake. It's just, I was actually looking at myself today. I'm a very respectful guy, brought up by a good family, but if I can kill you, I will kill you. That's just how I am. And this is just the job I do, so.
This bout influenced substantial financial indicators. Probability platforms fluctuated throughout the bout and the following weekend. Streaming purchases were examined and organizers circulated rematches like valuable assets. Sources like CBS and other gambling experts released suggestion wagers and modified estimates in active time. A confirmation that boxing currently is balanced portions competition and an information-powered entertainment sector. Administrators and commentators will be measuring replay purchases and membership increases for periods. A elevated tension evening like this is value. It finances upcoming events. It transforms everyday watchers and it can reshape a competitor's commercial appeal immediately. If commentators disputed technique, supporters disputed significance. Online channels presented admissions and permanent loyalties. Veteran boxing supporters complained about display. Younger audiences praised the meeting of material and technique, and impartial witnesses confessed they'd been attracted into the performance of the evening. Groups developed around the identical feeling. This was an instance individuals desired to have participated in. Both competitors stated appreciation to those supporters in individual communications, recognizing that succeed or fail, the display only functions because individuals appeared and contributed focus. Discussion of executing it again started in the seating and never completely ceased. For organizers, this is the clear strategy. Dispute equals business, and a rematch markets directly. Both groups were deliberately non-binding in their official statements, a typical bargaining stance that maintains tension on the opposite party while permitting the industry to measure interest for another occasion. The intelligent capital in boxing circles understands a rematch becomes certain if the opening evening generates additional queries than resolutions. Both competitors departed the opportunity available, which is to state, the narrative isn't finished. Not remotely. Additionally, both groups created a focus to emphasize wellness in their declarations being observed, and preventative examinations were the terminology utilized. Essential confirmations that beyond story and business, extended term welfare concerns most. Those official health primary messages calmed numerous of the more intense online discussion and redirected focus on healing and following actions. There's a method bouts adjust stories. For Joshua, this evening will be another section in a record that contains heavyweight championships, difficult reversals, and official transformations. For Paul, it's an elevated risk verification.
It is that they're talking about is a massive bonus. So for me, I'm not worried about what people think about the integrity side. I'm more worried about, are they talking? And as long as they...
This was a calculated personal decision. This bout, Anthony Joshua facing JakePaul, will not be dismissed rapidly. It will be referenced, examined, instructed in facilities, and disputed by commentators for extended duration. The prompt declarations from both competitors executed something intelligent. They concentrated on what the bout required from them and what it provided in exchange. Instructions, acknowledgement, and the energy to compose the following section. Whether that section starts as a rematch, a refreshed heavyweight advance, or a separate collection of competitors, one point is evident. Both competitors will be evaluated less by an individual result and more by what they execute following. But what are your perspectives on the bout result? And who do you believe JakePaul should confront following to continue demonstrating to the world that he is an authentic boxer? Let me understand in the responses below and remain connected for all the current boxing information.